So this is what I've been bringing to work almost every single day, and I wanted to show you guys how I make this really lazy meal prep after work. Literally so quick, so healthy, and so affordable. Kimbap with fruits. And I start with boiling my spinach just over water. Takes about like 5 minutes. And after that, you can take it out, put it onto a plate, and remember to drain it out of water so that it's not wet and it won't make your kimbap soggy. After that, I cut a piece of tofu into strips. This is one of the main sources of protein I have in my kimbap. And I just put it in the air fryer, so I layer it on top of a piece of like parchment paper of sorts. And this will go into air fryer later. And then I follow up by chopping my carrots. And this is already pre-boiled, but if not, you can just peel your carrots, boil it till it's kind of soft, and then basically cut it into strips. And as you can tell, I suck at cutting. The chopping board keeps moving, but I'm trying my best. Just as long as it's thin strips, it'll be easy to roll up. After that, just put my tofu into air fryer for 10 minutes at maximum heat. Then, for my other source of protein, I crack some eggs. I use tofu eggs with an egg white. That's just the right portion size. And I season it by adding a little bit of sesame oil. And I do it in a cup because, yes, I'm not gonna fry it. I don't like the mess and everything. So I'm just gonna pop it literally right into the microwave. And I don't have exact time for it. I just stare at it till like the egg kind of like pops out. It's kind of therapeutic, like really therapeutic watching it. And oh, at this time I know I'm gonna stop it. And usually it takes like less than 3 minutes, really quick. And it becomes this fluffy egg. And by this time my tofu is ready as well. And yeah, you're basically done cooking your ingredients and you're just gonna assemble it. So I have my seaweed, my radish, my kimchi, all from the Korean mart. Then I have the eggs, the spinach and carrots, and the tofu. And yeah, that's the lunchbox I bring to work. So I start by taking my seaweed and I place it onto the cutting board, which is basically where I'm going to assemble and roll my kimbap. Put the piece of seaweed down and start popping the ingredients on the seaweed, and I do it at one corner so it's easier to roll up. And I just assemble the ingredients at the bottom, I would say like 1/4 of the seaweed roll to make a nice medium-sized, like bite-sized kimbap. Now I'm just putting up my vegetables, and I drain the spinach once more so it's not wet, and just makes it easier to roll later. This is followed by my tofu. Oh, and I forgot to introduce one important ingredient just now, and it's this chili oil, which I put on top of my tofu. And because most of my ingredients are not really seasoned, so the kimchi and this chili oil plays an important role in the flavoring of this kimbap. I just put about this chili oil on top of the tofu. This smells really good and tastes really good as well. And after this, I just add a bit of kimchi, and I'm struggling so hard to open the can. Okay, then I layer it with my kimchi. And last but not least, it's the egg. And that's all the ingredients I have in my kimbap. And for this, I also try to cut it into like strips so it's easier to roll. Try to just like keep them in one corner, one end of the kimbap. And after that, I just squeeze and roll the kimbap into a really tight roll, and that makes it a lot easier to cut. And often, the side pieces will kind of like with the shovel and kind of like fall apart. And for those ugly pieces that are like hard to eat, I normally just put it into my other lunchbox, the one that I just keep at home. And for the ones that like looks more decent, I'll bring it to the office, and they're just easier to eat and looks prettier. I just cut them with the sharp end of the knife. And usually one roll to me is one serving, and with whatever ingredients I have, I'm able to make like 4 rolls and just 4 servings. I believe even if you make 5 servings for the whole week, that's going to take less than an hour as well. And yeah, I just put that into my lunchbox. Just grabbing my other lunch boxes because I'm making them in bulk, and the rest I just put into the fridge. So I can like use them for like, I don't know, like dinners even, or just for my lunches the next few days. And yeah, just repeat the process. And this is so easy to make, and this rolling and boiling ingredients is like so clean and fuss-free, and also so therapeutic. I enjoyed this process so much. I was like doing this literally after my 9 to 6 on a Tuesday, and I enjoyed it so much. And it also happens to be the day when my lunchbox got stolen at work, and that was the first time in my life. I've literally been meal prepping for like half a year, I think. That's the first time it happened. It's such an iconic day for sure, for real. So I think that day I had supper the day before at like midnight because I had like some event outside, and I just basically was so full the whole day. I was just like drinking coffee and having snacks. I'm just so full, so I didn't really touch my lunchbox. It just had like some fruits inside. So I had like dragon fruit, grapes, pineapples, and I think cherry tomatoes. Yes. And bear with me, my lunchbox sits in an opaque lunch bag which has a zip, and I put it into the fridge. So that day I only went to the pantry fridge at about like 4 or 5 p.m. And I happily, brought my lunch bag back to my table alongside some cutlery, my fork and knife, all ready to dig in and just end my day right. And I open it to see that there's only one single cherry tomato left. And I was so confused. And my first thought was actually to text my dad to ask, hey, when you took my lunchbox and gave it to me this morning, do you happen to notice if it was full or was it empty like this? Because, okay, so I meal prep myself, so I prepare all the food and everything, but in the morning, because my dad sends me to work, so he usually helps me, like, just grab the lunch bag, from the fridge and just put it into the car, and we just meet in the car. So I just checked in with him. Like, I'm not sure, like, who at home would, like, just eat my food maybe, or, like, he'll pass me an empty lunchbox. But just in case, my first thought was maybe something happened at home. But he's like, no, why would I give you an empty lunchbox and one single cherry tomato? And he's like, definitely check the CCTV. Like, that's definitely a thief, like, for sure. And honestly, the audacity to leave one single cherry tomato back in the lunchbox. And basically the thief, like, opened the fridge, noticed this lunch bag that was opaque, unzipped it, opened it, and then took the lunchbox out. Open the lunchbox, had the fruits, leave one single cherry tomato, close the lunchbox, put it back in the lunch bag, put it back in the fridge. And this is just so iconic. I can't believe this happened to me. Like, I was definitely upset. I went home and cheered myself up by getting myself a bunch of chocolates. And that was just such a core memory. And the next day, which is like today, I filmed this like yesterday, yeah. And today at lunch, I kind of just brought it up to my colleagues because I was like tagging my lunch bag at this point. Like, I noticed other people doing it in the pantry, like in the fridge. I never understood why, and now I know why. And now I literally write like, do not touch on my lunch bag. And I was just telling my colleagues about it, and we had such a fun lunch combo where they were just like, everyone was like so intrigued, and they were so supportive and masterminding like this great plan and like experiment on finding the culprit, and like trying to think of the different scenarios and reason as to why this could have happened. It's just so interesting. I felt like I was in like an episode of The Office, kind of like just spicing up our mundane 9 to 6 life. Yeah, it's a really interesting lunch. So now I think every day, at noon, I'll get the excitement of figuring out whether I actually get to have lunch or not. So, really fun way, a midday break, adrenaline boost to get me through my day. And I definitely hope this doesn't happen again. If it does, I'll definitely update you guys in the comment box below. And hopefully this doesn't happen to you guys and won't happen. Yeah. So that's just a little fun story time. But I definitely will continue this habit of bringing lunch to work because this is just, firstly, I enjoy doing this after work. It's such a therapeutic activity. Secondly, it's so affordable. I've done my calculations and basically it takes about under $4 to make this kimbap roll. This is just like literally less than half the price of what I get like around office. It's just so healthy, so clean, and I just enjoy this so much. And just so easy to make as well. And yeah, I believe this should be my last roll. I think I made like 4 rolls in this video, literally after my 9 to 6. Really fun little activity. And in this version, I don't think I have any carbs, but definitely I've tried adding like sweet potato or like pumpkin inside. It works really well as well. And this is also a vegetarian version, so if you prefer to add some meat, I've done salmon before, so you can add that. That works really well, both raw and cooked salmon. And I believe beef and tuna work super well as well. So there's really so many ways you can spice it up, and just basically making super, like putting fun and nice ingredients together, rolling it up, wrapping it up, and just cutting into bite-sized pieces. They're so easy to eat, so clean, not a mess, so easy to make in bulk, and I just love it. One of my favorite things to bring to work. So easy to make in bulk as well. And yep, that's definitely my last lunch box. And yeah. So the one on the bottom is what I bring to my office, and then the last 2, I will put it into the fridge and just store it there. And last but not least, I always like to have like a side of fruits. So I always have fruits at home, so I'm just putting in some dragon fruit and then some pineapples and finally some grapes. So I have 3 types of fruits. This is a super colorful and fun lunchbox. So pretty as well. I love having a healthy and a pretty looking meal. It makes me so happy. I had so much fun assembling this. And yeah, that's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening to my story time. Truly just inviting you into my buzzing mind while life happens in the background. I just want to share my quiet moments and love thoughts with you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll end it off with a fun little close-up shot, of this beautiful lunchbox. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for the next episode. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye bye.